finally, we get to talk about it. Avengers Endgame. I have patiently waited. I honestly wanted to do this the day that I seen the movie, which was last Friday. It has been officially 1 week since the movie has debuted, and I'm so excited to talk about it because, I was waiting, and a lot of people, honestly, you have no excuse. If you have not seen Avengers Endgame yet, then you don't want to see it. True. Because it ain't sold out, or it's been a whole week. You can get any tickets that you want, however many you want. You can sit wherever you want to sit. There's literally no excuse. So we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Avengers Endgame. First and foremost, I have to rate this movie. I'm giving Avengers Endgame 4.5 out of 5 Sean D heads. 4.5 out of 5 Sean D heads. You know what I'm saying? I know you're like, whoa, wait a minute. What's up with the half? What's up with why I can't be 5 out of 5? We gonna get into that. Real talk. let's the overall logistics of the movie. It was a great movie. It was great. It met all my expectations. I really like the movie overall. The one thing I do like about when they make the Marvel movies, and especially this movie in particular, which is the Avengers, is that you don't have to sit through all 22 of the Marvel franchise movies to really be entertained. Now, you might not know exactly what's going on or how or where he come from or blah blah blah, but you can sit down and honestly, if you just want to enjoy a good movie that has comedy, that has drama, that has action, that has mystery, that has suspense, Avengers and Marvel do that very well. That makes the movie just 4 stars off the back. 4 Sean D heads off the back, real talk. This movie in particular, man, very action-packed. The plot was beautiful, and I must tip my hat off to myself and my prediction, because I did predict that they had to go back in time. My last prediction said that they were going to use the time stone. You know what I'm saying? And in a way, I was right and wrong, because they went back in time, but they did not use the time stone. They basically used Ant-Man's, time machine thing. You know what I'm saying? Which, I like that little spin, because everybody said they were going to use the time stone, and they flipped the script. And honestly, I really didn't think Ant-Man was going to be that much of a factor. But if you think about it, Ant-Man was probably the most important character in the whole movie. Without Ant-Man coming out of the quantum realm, without him, they would have never thought about time travel. They would have never thought it was possible. They would have been done. So everybody says, oh, Iron Man was important. Oh, Captain Marvel was important. No, Ant-Man was the most important figure in this whole movie. This is why the movie made the movie. So that's crazy to me. I'm just gonna get right into it, man. I like everybody's role. I like everybody's role. But they messed up my 2 characters, my 2 best characters, man. Man, they messed up Thor and they messed up Professor Hulk, man. And I see where they were going. I'm not saying that they messed up. The only reason why I'm saying that because I like to see Hulk hulky. I don't want to see Hulk taking selfies and you know what I'm saying, all nice and stuff like that. I didn't like that they did that to him, but I understand why. You know what I'm saying? I get the comedy. He has some comedy moments and stuff like that. So I understand why they did. I still didn't personally like it, but you know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to lead into future films. So I gotta, it's I don't like it, but I understand why they did it. Secondly, I didn't like the way they did Thor. I like it because he was funny, it was comical, they made him fat and stuff like that. And I thought, honestly, in the movie, he was going to get his mojo back. I thought maybe some time was going to pass and he was going to get back in shape and be the Thor that we all, know, the Ragnarok Thor. But he remained fat and, which I didn't like that. But once again, I understood why they did that, because Thor, they basically tried to portray, Thor took it the hardest out of everyone, because he had the chance to kill Thanos, but he chose to go in his chest instead of his head. So by him missing that, and that's why when he came back, and they found Thanos in the garden, he automatically chopped his arm off, chopped his head off. You know what I'm saying? Because he man, this is what I should have done to begin with. So he missed his opportunity, but it didn't fulfill anything. That's why he got fat and depressed. So I understand, once again, even though they messed up Thor, one of my favorite characters, one of the strongest Avengers, I understood why they did that. And also going towards the end, when he went off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, is definitely gonna make for future content. So once again, like I said before, I don't like the way they did Professor Hulk, and I don't like the way they did Thor, but I understand why. And honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. We all know about the death of Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? That was very sad. Everybody predicted that he might be the one to die, and everybody was pretty much right. So the way he did it was dope. He was, you know what I'm saying? I like that, you know what I'm saying? It was sad, and I didn't expect Black Widow to die like that. I didn't expect Black Widow. I thought maybe Hawkeye was gonna, you know what I'm saying, take the fall, and she did. So that was another tearjerker, or you know what I'm saying, another surprise to the film. So once again, it was just surprises and everything, man. And I didn't expect that, but I loved it. Another shocker to me, and another thing that I'm glad that they did. They finally made Captain America. They really showed his strength. Like he picked up Thor's hammer. Like in the other movie, he just budged it. But this one, he picked it up, and when he picked up that hammer, and Thor was like, "I knew it," you know what I'm saying? That was a great moment. That was straight out the comic book. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I honestly thought, like, you know what I'm saying, they was gonna do something, but Thanos is so just brutally strong. God, he handled all the Avengers without no stones. No stones. For real. And the only Avenger that was able to come close to defeating him, ironically, was a female, Scarlet Witch. And we gonna get into that. We gonna get into this whole thing about these females. They really bigging up these females, these women. You know what I'm saying? I understand Captain Marvel was like the first, I guess, female leading superhero role they ever had. But they're really pushing the female envelope. Like, real talk. I mean, think about it. When you watch that movie, the females, at the end of the day, the women, it looked like, are going to be taking over the whole Marvel universe. Think about it. First and foremost, at the very beginning of the film, you got Hawkeye and his family right before they got dusted. You know what I'm saying? Hawkeye is teaching his daughter with the bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? Keyword daughter. He had a son too. Why the little boy couldn't have a bow and arrow? But they chose to have the daughter with the bow and arrow, and she hit the bullseye. I'm like, wow. Then Iron Man is survived by who? His daughter. He died at the end of the film. His daughter is left, you know what I'm saying, with the with Iron Man's, you know, guy, or whatever the case is. So once again, that's a female. Captain Marvel, at the end of the fight, first of all, Captain Marvel comes in and saves Iron Man, Tony Stark, from floating in space. She finds him outside the solar system, floating, and she brings him in. That's a female being saved by a dude. Then at the end of the movie, when all hope is gone, Captain Marvel comes down. Remember, like how Thor, basically she came down exactly how Thor did in the first Avengers Infinity War.
There's too many of them! Bring me Thanos!
When all hope was gone and all the all the creatures was basically defeating everybody, who comes in? Thor comes in with his new axe, and he's demolishing everybody. Captain Marvel came in the exact same way. And before Captain Marvel came in, Scarlet Witch had him hemmed up. You mean to tell me, out of all the male Avengers, Scarlet Witch was the one that had him like, hey, release, he said something like, release the cannons, and then you know, the cannons started falling down. But he didn't say that until the girl had him like basically beat. Then when the cannons was going off, who saves him? Captain Marvel come out of the clouds and she destroyed the whole ship. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sexist. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is they're really pushing for the female lead in these future films. Think about it. Thor leaves. He goes on with the Guardians of the Galaxy. But before he gets on the ship, who did he leave the city to? The Valkyrie girl. He said, you're in charge, you're the queen. He left it to her. Come on now. Like, and this is, see, I'm saying it's, and then, you know, we all got the female, and they made it obvious when all the females came together and they was fighting, you know, all the women. It was like, you know, Me Too movement all over again, which was cool. Like I said, it was cool. It was very, very exciting. Even as a man, seeing that, I was like, yo, that's dope. I didn't really realize how many women there are in the MCU, you know what I'm saying? But it was dope. But it's the fact that they really pushing these women. Even with Black Widow dying, you know what I'm saying? The importance of her role, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have had the Soul Stone if she didn't die. They didn't choose Hawkeye to die. They chose her. So it's obvious. One thing I know that they're going to do, and I know this is not the end of Avengers. I don't care what they call it, Endgame. But I think one of the most important parts that people missed was the conversation when Hulk went back in time to grab the time stone. He had that conversation with Doctor Strange's mentor, and they had a real long conversation. She wasn't letting that time stone go, you know what I'm saying? And she was trying to explain to the Hulk, Professor Hulk, that hey, if you take one of these stones out of place, it's going to branch off to another dimension. It's going to branch off to another dimension. And so basically Hulk was like, nah, if we go back and put them in the exact place at the exact time they were taken, then everything will go back in place. And so she still wasn't giving it up until she said basically Doctor Strange gave up the time stone. How the heck you think we in this mess in the first place? But the importance of that conversation was to emphasize that when you go back in time, you know what I'm saying, you alter the future, or you alter an alternate future. That was very important, because at the very end of the film, when Steve Rogers, when Captain America went back in time to replace the stones, he might have, I don't know what he did, but he came back old, meaning that he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And we don't know what type of effects that's going to have in the future, because he grew old with his, whatever was supposed to happen, it didn't happen because he came back an old man. You know what I'm saying? So that lets me know that there's an alternate future or alternate world out there that Captain America affected, that could be in the future of the MCU. Real talk. So, man, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that left a lot of possibilities in them making future films. But overall, it was a good movie. It was a great movie. 4.5 out of 5 Shawn D hits. I can go on and on about it, but there's tons of reviews online on YouTube and stuff like that y'all can look at. But this is just my initial reaction to the movie. It was a great movie. I'm definitely going to see it again, because I only see, this is our first watch, by the way. I haven't seen it again yet. Definitely going to go watch it, you know what I'm saying, and probably analyze a couple more things. But I'm very excited about, you know what I'm saying, the movie. And real talk, if y'all haven't gone to see it, you know what I'm saying, please go tonight, go right now. And also, man, leave your comments below about what you think about, you know what I'm saying, your reactions. What did you find this, and woo wop in the bed, what is your reaction to the movie and everything? Real talk. So, oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. That was very important. One more thing, y'all. Don't cut me off yet. One more thing. I've got one question, just one question about something that happened in the movie. Where's Loki? Remember when they fumbled the Tesseract after they retrieved it, and Loki disappeared? And note this. At the end of the movie, when everybody was fighting and everybody came, you know what I'm saying, to do the final battle, Loki wasn't there. So, where's Loki? Bruh! She got her hands all in my hair, legs all in the air, putting her hands all in my bed. They did overdo what I said, yeah. Scratches all on my back.
Pulling out her tracks. Girl ain't no coward.